Welcome back to the Fruit of Grisaia. But I don't trust this hitting wall to return my volleys properly. Lob a tennis ball at her and you might well get a watermelon flying back at you. No, not for you at least. I'll ask the girl herself tomorrow. Seems like it'll be faster that way.
それならそれで構わない。でもあくまで。
A gentleman?
わかってるじゃない。君って堅物だけど、飲み込みは早いのね。
The conversation apparently concluded. Michiru raised her hand vaguely in my general direction.
あまり四角ばらないでね。はい、これあげる。まったく、あの数、どうしろっていうのよ。
Leaving a single model car behind on top of the desk, Michiru strides out of the classroom. It's like something out of a mystery novel, completely beyond me. I'm a spectator on this ride, and the windows are opaque. I was hoping to get a handle on the situation, but it's impossible. Don't even feel like reading some escapist novel right now. The only thing I want to do at the moment is collect my thoughts without the risk of being disturbed, which means... guess I'll go for a little run. With a small sigh, I quietly close the story of the girl named Michiru, placing a bookmark between today and tomorrow. This is pretty interesting. A very interesting situation here, because she did start this. Some things are inevitable. The carefully wrapped present you hand to a child never comes back in one piece. There's no night without a dawn. The wrapping paper gets torn to shreds, and the sun rises. That's the way the world works. The girl who wasn't the girl told me to come to her room in the morning. A lot about this strikes me as strange, but at the moment I want to get this situation resolved. Time enough to pick at the details later. Although getting up at 5 in the morning is perfectly routine for me, I understand that I'm something of an outlier among my age group in this regard. Therefore, I decided to take care of my normal morning run and shower off my sweat before paying my visit. Once I'm clean and dressed, I pull out the mental bookmark I've wedged between two slices of time, making my way to Michiru's room to pick up the story where I left off. Well, I'm here, at least, so that's step one. But how exactly am I supposed to make my entrance? Most likely, the Michiru on the other side of this door has no idea that I'm coming. I pause for a moment, trying to think up a decent opening line, but soon enough I shake my head and reach out for the doorknob. Thinking isn't going to help right now. Too many unknowns. Whatever happens, happens. Michiru, are you awake? I wait patiently for a response, but as expected, there's no answer. Guess I'll have to make the first move. I'm coming in. If that's a problem, you can tell me why inside. It's unlocked, so my forcible entrance poses no particular difficulties. As I quietly close the door behind me, something stirs slowly in the darkness. For one strange moment, it feels as if the room itself is breathing. Fortunately, there's a bit of sunlight leaking through the gaps in the blinds, so my eyes begin to adjust. It's still gloomy in here, but not enough to pose any real issues. I spent long enough in darkness where I couldn't tell the difference between having my eyes open and shut. This dimness isn't a problem by comparison. The cloying scent of cheap candy and my imported fabric softener hangs in the air, thick as tobacco smoke. Hidden inside the stronger smells, I also pick up a faint hint of ammonia, probably a major component of that witch's brew the girl sliders on her hair. I'm startled by the sudden warmth of a living creature coiling itself around my legs. It's the cat Michiru's been doting on lately. Seem to remember her claiming it wasn't a pet. But to take care of it seems implausible. Hello there, Rommel. Where's Michiru? The cat reacts to my voice by pattering off on his tiny claws and hiding in the bed. Seems he doesn't like me too much. And from a little above where the cat vanished, a somewhat surly human voice addresses me.
ロンメルじゃないもん。
Is that blanket blob you, Michiru?
ロンメルじゃない。そんな変な名前じゃないもん。
I'm going to open the curtains. I understand it might be easier to relax in the dark, but a little light should help you wake up.
うん。
Michiru is sitting on the bed, a blanket draped over her head, her knees clutched to her chest. She's trembling visibly like some kind of traumatized war refugee, or maybe a child waiting anxiously for parents who should have been home hours ago. Keeping a cat in the door, Marley? Pretty bold. Can't say I entirely approve, though.
違う。気がついたらこの部屋にいたの。連れてきたわけじゃない。本当だもん。
You sound rather forward, my friend. Forget to put on your Sundara attitude this morning?
うん。
Yeah, she says. I grab the back of a nearby chair and pull it up to the bed. After briefly declaring, I'm going to sit, I do so without waiting for Michiru's response.
座っていいって。まだ言ってないじゃない。
Now that's more like it. Go on, give me the vinegar.
何それ。
Well, what's with that whiny tone of voice? You're early off your game. I'll be your audience, so how about starting with your vocal warm-ups? If you'd like, we can restart this scene from the point where I entered the room.
そんなことしないもん。ねえ、あんたは女の子が落ち込んでるのを見て、ちょっと優しくしたりとかできないわけ？
I suppose I could if someone told me to, but would that really make you happy?
ちょっと虚しいけど、だいぶ嬉しいかもしれない。
What a reprehensible woman. But if you want my kindness that badly, I suppose I can give it to you. I lean forward in the chair, reach out with one hand, and give Michiru a few pats on the head.
何これ？
Kindness. Not enough for you? Here, take a little extra.
そう。
Well, And that should be enough for the moment. I'm going to get to the topic at hand. No need to prolong this, alright? You can just respond to the questions. Unless I'm completely off base, you're dragging around a serious problem of some sort. I'm not looking to pry, but whatever it is, it's creating headaches for me as well. I'm not particularly fond of stumbling cluelessly through difficult situations. To put it simply, I don't like this. I want you to explain your current condition. Can you do that for me?
私何かした？いや、したんだよね。したよね。
That's right. So you don't remember after all?
ごめんなさい。
With those words, Michiru lets out a tremendously long sigh. Sounds something like a 10,000-year-old cat accidentally brushing his overall whiskers against the moon. Nothing to apologize about. You can take it nice and slow, so try to talk, alright? We've got plenty of time.
いつも暇さえあれば本を読んでるじゃない？その貴重な時間を邪魔していいの？
Not a problem. Don't sweat the small stuff right now, alright? Anyway, this happens to be exactly where I left my bookmark.
この場所？
Yeah, this is the start of the story, and you're the end. But I need you to talk if I'm ever going to decipher it.
変なの。それって謎々みたい。
Maybe, but in that case, you're the one who has the answer. I'll hear you out, Michiru, so talk to me. Just make sure to wake me up if I doze off from boredom. I've tried sleep learning before, but it never really did much for me.
もう、わかった。話する。
The cat in Michiru's arms suddenly gives a single meow. Taking that as her cue, the girl licks her lips and begins to speak.
その、うまく伝えられるかどうかわからないけど、覚えてないの。さっき、猫に、猫さんがこの部屋にいたっていうのも、勝手にいたの。ここまで来たのか。それとも私が連れてきたのに忘れてしまったのかわからないけど、本当に覚えてないのよ。
There's a deep wrinkle in Michiru's brow. She resembles a child trying to read a bulky encyclopedia. The girl doesn't seem to know quite where to begin.
でも、いつからそうなったかははっきりと覚えてる。あの時から、私は突然何もかもわからなくなって、気がつくと次の朝ってこともあった。例えばよ。電車の中から外の風景を眺めていると、窓の向こうに何が見えるかわかるよね。覚えてないとしても、なんとなくわかる。でも私は真っ暗なトンネルに入ったみたいになって、一瞬で過ぎ去っていく景色も見えないの。それで気がつくと長いトンネルを抜けて、その先が雪国だったらまだまし。綺麗さっぱり何も覚えてない状態で翌朝になってる。
So your memory's been skipping. Okay then, let me ask a more precise question. Do you remember what happened yesterday?
部分的にはね、ちゃんと覚えてるわよ。ランドリーでみんなと話してて、それでユージがいたから緊張して、すごく胸が苦しくなって、それでなんだか 頭の中が熱くなって、私多分誰かに怒鳴っちゃった気がする。途端に大きな氷柱を飲み込んだみたいに気持ちがすっきりして、でもそれから気がついたら猫にゃがいて、ベッドの上で私は泣いてた。
What causes amnesia is it? Is the girl herself aware that these gaps in her memory coincide with the emergence of another Michiru?
あの後どうなったの？私のことみんな怒ってる？
No, there shouldn't be a problem. I don't think you need to worry about that.
やっぱり。
Biting her lower lip, Michiru mumbles a single word. It falls out of her mouth with a dull thump of a sizable rock hitting the floor. Again, what's that supposed to mean?
そのキラツもそうなの。私が覚えてないとき、何か嫌なことが起こっているんじゃないかって思うんだけど、全然そんなことないの。むしろ問題が解決していたり、以前より物事が順調な方向に向かったり、そんなことの方が多いの。
Not turning her head, Michiru flicks her eyes over for a furtive glimpse at me. After confirming that my expression hasn't changed dramatically, she gives a small sigh and resumes her story.
昨日も同じ。私が何か失敗をしても丸く収まってる。だから余計にどうしていいかわからない。ねえ、ユージ。私何をしたの？
I wouldn't worry too much. Your memory is probably just a little confused. At a guess, the situation was overwhelming, so you had to flip a mental switch to deal with it.
頭を切り替えるって？
Michiru reacts strongly to those words in particular. Maybe she does know after all. Well, I'm not a doctor, and you're not a patient. It's up to you how much you want to hear.
何それ？どういうこと？
I don't think it's that difficult a sentence. Think it over. Michiru lowers her gaze to the floor, staring at the carpet as if looking for the words she dropped earlier. But soon enough, she abandons the search and closes her eyes in apparent resignation.
ユージ、全部言ってみて。
Alright. Immediately after you screamed, the...
ちょっと待って。握ってもいい？
I guess I don't really mind. Michiru timidly reaches out to me, her small hand, damp with sweat, trembles like a sick songbird.
それで
Immediately after you screamed in the laundry, the...
ちょっと待って。もうちょっと近づいてもいい？
I guess I don't really mind. Michiru sidles across the bed toward me. As she draws near, the fingers of her hand twine their way between mine. Can I continue? Immediately after you screamed.
ごめん。ギュッてしていい？
I'm not familiar with that verb. Request clarification.
だからギュッて。
I can't determine what you're referring to from that word alone. I'm unable to answer.
じゃあちょっとやってみるね。
Michiru pulls away for a moment, then leans over and wraps her arms around me, keeping her eyes averted the whole way. She's squeezing pretty forcefully, almost like a child clutching a giant stuffed animal for reassurance.
ギュってこういう感じ。こうしてもいい？
Seems a slightly academic question at this point. You already are.
そうだけど、してもいい？
I guess I don't really mind.
よかった。それで
This little scene must look something like a large tree nearly ready to fall, being supported from the side by a lumberjack. A little ironic since Michiru is clearly the one who needs to be propped up right about now. Alright, this time I'm going to finish the sentence. Immediately after...
ごめん、やっぱりいい。
What do you mean?
やっぱり言わなくていいってこと？ごめんなさい。
Alright, in that case, can you let go of me now?
やっぱり離れなきゃダメだよね。
Even as she speaks, Michiru buries her face against my chest. I can feel the area near her lips grow warm with every exhalation and breath.
やっぱり離れるのは普通だよね。変だもんね、これ。
Well, it's not especially inconvenient for me, so I don't really mind.
ありがとう。
Nothing to worry yourself about. The girl maintains her embrace on me for quite some time. My thoughts drift back to the enigmatic other Michiru. What was that?
嫌いになった？
Hey, why would I? Where's this coming from?
だってやっぱり変でしょ、こういうのって。普通じゃないよね。こういうのって記憶が飛んだりってことね。今のこの状況のことではないよ。
It's certainly not what you call typical, but honestly, I don't view it as a major problem.
そう。
Yeah, not sure why anyone would dislike you over something like that. And in the first place, nobody could call me normal either, you know? Even I'm aware of that.
ユージは変だもんね。
That's right, so don't worry about it.
優しいね。
I get that a lot. To be honest, I'm getting tired of hearing it.
バカ。ありがとう。来てくれて嬉しかった。
She has a good room. Feel a little guilty to hear you say that.
なんで？
Because I didn't come here on my own initiative.
そっか。そうなんだ。
To be perfectly honest, Michiru, I came here because you told me to.
私に？
She seems to be making an effort to hide it now, but Michiru's clearly still disturbed. Confusion and anxiety flash across her face. Seems like this really is the one topic she wants to avoid above all others. But if we keep tiptoeing around it, we're never going to make any real progress.
それは。猫にゃ。
Watching the cat cuddle up against her leg, Michiru slowly continues to speak.
私は自分の知らない間に何が起こってるのかすごく怖いの。状況が悪くなってないからそれで構わないなんてことにはならないでしょ。自分の知らないところで自分が何かしてるなんてすごく怖い。自分が自分でなくなっちゃうような気がして怖いの。 い出せないことが多くなって、知らないことが増えて、私の世界がどんどん小さく狭くなって、そういうのが怖い。でも
As Michiru pets the cat's head, it emits a noisy rumbling purr.
朝の来ない夜はないだよね。
In her voice as she speaks those words is slightly brighter than before. How does that one go? There's no night without a dawn, and no rain that doesn't end. True enough, but even if the sun does get sick of rising, as long as you're yourself, your world isn't going to get any smaller. Who cares about the rain? Morning and night have nothing to do with it. It's all you.
そうですか。そうですか。そうですか。あんたね、ちょっとあれでしょ。私のこと誤解しちゃったでしょ。ほんとそれは全部あれだ。嘘ですからね、ビッシー。
Just as I noticed that her eyes have grown slightly red, Michiru begins snorting roughly through her nose and shouting transparent nonsense at me. The girl really needs to learn how to deal with her emotions a little more calmly. No need to force it.
無理なんてしてないもん。だから今ここで話したこととか、したこととかは忘れなさいよね。
The stuff we did, by which you mean your unilateral cleaning session?
聞こえません。っていうか抱きついてません。とにかくね、あんた女の子の部屋に男が入ってくるとかありえないんですけど。
Not to repeat myself, but you're the one who...
うっさい。いいから出てって。早くもう待てない。それなら私が出ていきますんが。
As Michiru stomps off toward the door, the cat follows at a dignified pace, holding its tail straight up in the air. You forgot your broom. How about a radio while you're at it? I hear the delivery service industry is booming.
誰が魔女よ。黒は女を美しく見せるって金髪の私に喧嘩売ってんの。
The way I see it, blonde or black is beyond the point. What's beautiful is beautiful, right? For example...
それって例えば何
For
よ。
example, that cat.
猫かーい。あんたちゃんと私が部屋に戻ってくるまでにはこっから消えてなさいよね。
Yeah, got it. I'll be out in a minute.
あんまり長くいられると男臭くてたまんないのよ。
I just said I'll leave.
それとねえ、ユージ。
What now?
今日のこと誰かに言ったらマジでぶっこら。
Well, looking back on this little visit, I've resolved exactly nothing. I achieved formal confirmation of Michiru's problem, but little else. The rough equivalent of shifting a heavy load on your back from the right shoulder to the left. That said, I'm not intending to take further proactive measures at the moment. Michiru's the only one who can truly resolve her problems. Maybe externally it could provide her with a temporary crutch, but that'd only make things even harder on the girl when she finds herself alone again. try to save someone, often as not, you succeed only in stroking your own ego. Rather than scooping them up in your arms, you should be providing a push from behind, assuming, of course, they even want your help in the first place. Guess I really should get going. I leave the sweet-smelling room behind, having gained a little there, but a fresh coat of cat hair on my socks.
ってことで、私ってば幼児に言ってやったわけよ。今度部屋に入ってきたら、つま先をつまみ上げてやるぞってね。おお、それはチルチルらしいのよさ。でしょ？こっちも遊びでツンデレやってるんじゃないんでね。やるときはやってやるですよ。
What kind of business exactly?
何よ、ユージ、いたの？いたならちゃんとそう言いなさいよね。
Since that day, Michiru seems to have gotten back into her normal rhythm, even cracking jokes at my expense. Everything isn't playback to the way it was before, but she seems to have gradually regained her balance.
つま先、変なことされないようにユージも気をつけないとね。
Twisted toes? That's nothing. Heard a story once about a journalist who got abducted by a terrorist group. They broke out the pliers and... Alright, I guess that's enough of that story.
あんたは変なところで残酷描写が出てくるから嫌なのよね。残酷超人残酷スリーか。あ、それ見てた。あるの？残酷あるの？ないっけ？あまね、あるよね。あれ、私の夢だっけか。それは私にはわからないな。夢の管理ぐらいしっかりしてほしいのよさ。なんで夢の管理までやらせるかな。さすがにそれは難しいわよね。きっとサッチンならやってくれるはずなのよ。サッチン、サッチン。やれやれ。じゃあ私もちょっと買い出しに行ってくるね。何よ。
Nothing in particular. Michiru, stay here.
何？
The details are unclear. Keep quiet and stand by at your present location. Don't make me repeat myself again. A scream from outside sounded like Sakaki. Hope it's nothing serious, but... Sakaki, where are you? Respond. Where is she? Sakaki. What is it? What happened?
降ってきた。
It fell? What fell?
今急に空から
Out of the sky?
猫が
A cat, you say?
猫が降ってきたの。それでちょっと
I follow Sakaki's gaze to find a familiar black cat bounding lightly away into a nearby hedge. Must have been wandering around this area looking for Michiru. That's Michiru's cat, isn't it?
知り合いなの？もしかして驚かせようとしてわざと？
No, you're misunderstanding. This was almost certainly pure coincidence. You most likely happened to pass by just as it was jumping down from a high place nearby. I doubt the cat did it out of malice either.
そう、それならいいけど、ちょっと驚いたわ。
どうしたー？私にできることは？
え、何
？I thought I ordered you to stay at your post, Maggot. Why did you disobey me?
そんなの決まってるでしょ。私はあんたの子分でも家来でもないからよ。命令を聞く義理はない。
True enough, but you can't deny there was a possibility of real danger. That's why I told you to stay where you were. I really hope you can figure that much out for yourself.
うっさいな。確かにそうだけど、でもうっさいのよ。それでどうしたの？
猫が急に空から降ってきたのよ。
猫が空から？猫が空からね。なるほど。ユミコ、それ私のツンデレブレインでちょっと考えたんだけど、もしかしてだけど、違ってたら気を悪くしないでね。それって猫じゃなくて雨じゃない？ごめんなさい。そうですよね。猫と雨は間違いませんよね。だって猫は猫ですものね。間違いようがないですよね。
そもそもあの猫は松島さんのだって聞いたけど、違うの？
違う。私は猫なんて飼ってないもん。それでその猫にじゃなくて、どこの馬かわからない猫はどこに行ったの？
馬かわからない猫？松島さん、猫と雨の違いは分かって、猫と馬の違いがわからないの？
はぁ？わかるに決まってんでしょ。馬と猫って全然違うじゃん。逆にどういう意味？
なんだかちょっとわからない。いろいろ。
Oh, it really does look like a comfortable perch, doesn't it?
それで結局、その猫は松島さんのペットなの？
その猫って何？それってどれ？
それって頭の上に乗ってる、明らかに乗ってる猫。
The comfortably perched one.
もしそうだとしたら何なの？
学園で動物を飼うことは禁止されているはずだけど。
じゃあ違う。
じゃあ
ユミコ、あんたが見てるのは幻よ。この世に猫など存在しない。
I'm very sure cats do exist, actually.
いや、存在しない。この世には犬しか存在しない。
In an apparent attempt to protect her cat, Michiru begins to lay out a rather radical new theory. She's probably thinking Sakaki might talk to the administration and get the animal taken away from her.
そう。では、100歩譲ってそれが猫じゃないとしたら、頭の上に乗っているのは何？
今の私に言えることは全て幻。だから本当はここには何もいません。見えてるのは錯覚です。本来は姿もなければ音も聞こえないのです。
泣いたけど 二度泣いたけど。
ああ、そうっすね。泣いたね。じゃあ呪いだ、こりゃ。猫の呪いだわ。呪いで頭の上に猫がいるように見えるんだわ。ああ、急に頭が重くなってきたね。呪いってすごいわ。それじゃあ私はそろそろ時間なんで。
She just declared that cats don't exist, and now she's insisting on a cat curse. The word inconsistent itself is rendered meaningless in the face of this girl's irrationality. Michiru, my friend, if you're going to keep a pet cat, then at least try to be stealthy about it.
だから飼って泣いてばただの呪い、よくあるやつ。ご飯なの？ご飯なの？にゃー。ちょっと待ってなさいよね。まったく。
That girl really does whatever she wants.
ねえ、風見くん。松島さん、頭を強く打ったりした？
Haven't heard anything of the sort.
そう。これからもうちょっと優しく接してあげることにしようって今思った。強く思った。
And so Michiru is more or less back to her old energetic self. If anything, I think her incomprehensibility factor may even have increased slightly. I do understand. The girl's forcing out a show of cheerfulness to mask the continued instability of her emotions. And more simply, she's excited by her new pet. That said, no matter what the circumstances may be, this illusion in cat curse strategy strikes me as more than a little wince-worthy, even by Michiru's standards. Guess I'll see if Chizuru can get me the standard cat vaccines. There's no telling what sort of viruses or infections a strain might have picked up. In some cases, feline intestinal worms can infect human beings, but your stomach is weak at the best of times, so a little caution seems warranted. Have to be careful about being too nice, though. Don't need a certain capricious creature getting emotionally attached to me. There's only one truth, but the same facts will inevitably be interpreted in wildly different ways depending on the viewpoint of the observer. The winner writes the history books, and they always come out looking pretty good. If you're searching for the absolute truth, you've got no choice but to wade through various accounts with a critical eye, painstakingly piecing together a more neutral perspective. But even then, cleverly distorted information can often throw your puzzle into a confused jumble. So how about this? Instead of sifting through everything you can find, dramatically restrict your sources of information. Ignore the third parties entirely and talk only to those who are directly involved. In most cases, that's simply not practical, but every once in a great while, it's an effective strategy. Coming in.
あら、風見くんじゃない。どうしたの？何か用？それとも私の顔が見たくなった？
No, I see your face in my dreams every night. A real nice expression on it too, if you know what I mean.
あの時ってどんな時よ？何よ？
Okay, enough joking around. Sorry to barge in like this, but there was actually something I was hoping you could get for me.
冗談なのね。それでどうしたの？支給品だけじゃ心もとない仕事でもあるのかしら？
I do my job with the tools I'm given. This concerns my private life.
あなたがプライベートなんて言葉を使うとはね。ちょっと驚きだわ。
I'd like you to get me a dose of combination vaccine for our cat and some flea medication while you're at it.
猫？学校の敷地内を野良猫がうろうろしてると思ったら、あれ風見くんの猫？
I'm on a leash myself. Why would I do the same to an animal?
発信機でもつけて遊んでるのかと思ってね。
Anyway, I want to give that cat one of those 3-in-1 shots at the very least. And just for safety's sake, can you get it tested for the common diseases? I'll get a blood sample for you.
待ちなさい。誰のお金でやると思ってるの？そんな勝手が許されるわけないでしょ。
True enough, I guess.
でも相手は風見くんですものね。サービスして5種の混合ワクチンぐらいなら個人的に用意してあげましょう。それ以外は民間の動物病院でやってちょうだい。私はあなたと違って何でも屋さんじゃないのよ。
You're still a help. Appreciate it. Alright then, I'll see you in my dreams. As I turn to leave, Chizuru grabs my arm to detain me.
ちょっと待ちなさい。もっと他に何か聞きたいことがあってわざわざここに来たんじゃないの？
Leaning back in her chair, Chizuru pushes her glasses up her nose with the tip of a finger. We may not have spent that much time together, but we've known each other long enough. The woman can see right through me at times. Well, it's not like I need to hide it, I suppose. It's about Michiru. The cat belongs to her, by the way.
松島さんね。そんなことだろうと思いました。それで風見くんは松島さんの何を知ってるの？
I've learned that she's an extremely moody woman. Also, she sleeps in a room saturated with the sugary smell of cheap, artificially colored candies.
ちょっと風見くん、部屋で松島さんに変なことしたわけじゃないでしょうね。
Nothing to worry about. I paid a brief visit because I had something to discuss with her. That's all.
だったらいいけど、問題になるような行動は慎みなさい。普通の学園生活が送りたいんでしょ？それで問題のない範疇で松島さんのことを説明することはできるけど、どうする？
After all this wandering around following a trail of breadcrumbs, an unexpected bluebird arrives on the scene. Does Chizuru have the answers I've been looking for? Honestly, I'd be grateful. That said, you can't exactly email me your records, I assume.
当然ね。私はここだけの話なんて言葉は信じてないけど、風見くんなら信頼できるし。
Alright then, let me ask you something. Does Michiru...
こらー、猫には待ちなさい。背中にワンタンくっついてるから取るから。あにゃにゃ
ずいぶん元気のいい猫なのね。それで
But for some reason, I don't feel like asking Chizuru the question anymore. If anyone's going to tell me Michiru's story, it should be Michiru herself. Sorry, don't think I need that explanation after all. Shouldn't be necessary, really. If Michiru needs my help in some way, I assume she'll come to me herself.
あら、そう。傍観することに決めたのね。風見くんがそうしたいのなら、そうしましょう。
Sorry to waste your time. By asking Chizuru, I probably could have obtained a decent amount of new information. But when I remember Michiru quivering under her blanket, I think I made the right choice just now. I can't help but feel that learning about Michiru's background without her knowledge would be a betrayal of sorts. A few days later, after loading the vaccine Chizuru got me into a syringe, I decided to inoculate Michiru's mangy little cat. Problem being, the animal in question seems to despise me. Maybe it's picking up on the lingering scent of blood, instinctive hostility against a fellow predator. Either way, it's a problem. Making a dog behave itself is comparatively easy. They're generally not used to heights, so plop it down on an elevated operating table and it'll be too busy quaking with fear to thrash around. But cats outright enjoy sharply differentiated terrain. Subduing a feline requires different methods. If you cover their eyes and hold them steady, they'll generally settle down. Same goes for most animals, really. That said, there's no point in covering the animal's head in a paper sack and suffocating it, most easily with the most fundamental strategy of all, pure physical restraint.
何の音？何？
Hush.
なんだ？あれ、ユージじゃない。どうしたの？
Ah, so it's Amane. I see. Good timing, actually. Tell me, do you have a laundry yet?
下着洗ったりするときに使うやつ？あるけど貸してほしいの？洗濯物なら私がやってあげるわよ。
No, I'll be using it myself. Don't worry about it.
何？もしかしてあれ？パンツとか洗ってもらうの恥ずかしいとか？
That's not the issue here. I need the net to minimize potential damage. Are you going to lend it to me or no?
ダメージって何よ？貸してあげるけどさ、そんな言い方しなくてもいいのに。はい、どうぞ。
Sorry, appreciate it.
それで何を選択するの？
I'm not washing anything. Alright, see you later.
どういうこと？もしかして、男性用ブラジャー？実はユージは噂のあれを日常的に使ってるけど、恥ずかしいからこっそり洗ってるとか？
I'm getting the impression that I left him on it with a fairly serious misunderstanding, but I have other priorities that take precedence for me. But I can correct her delusions at a later date. Well then, even among trained veterinarians, many have difficulty handling cats. Strays in particular tend to bite and claw. No need to be careful. Wait, need to be careful. There is a need to be careful. Taking a pinch of silver vine powder from my pocket, I rub a little onto my fingertips. You're around here, aren't you? Come on out. I make a conspicuous rustling sound with the bag of powder, and before long, the cat wanders out of the brush to investigate. I bend down and hold out my hand. Most cats have a habit of sniffing at fingertips when they're made available. The black cat isn't particularly fond of me, but the scent of the powder does its work. It walks up cautiously, bringing its nose to my fingers. And in that instant, your fate was sealed. Taking advantage of the cat's momentary carelessness, I pluck it off the ground by the scruff of its neck and toss it into the laundry net I borrowed from Amane. Some would doubtless take exception to the strategy from the perspective of animal welfare, but I plan this out very carefully to ensure the least possible risk of lasting harm to the creature. As for those of you who still have complaints, I'll listen once you've liberated every pet on Earth from their collars and converted America to the vegan diet. Until then, surely you have better things to be worried about. Calm yourself, animal. I mean, no harm. It's a simple vaccination. Sometimes there are side effects, but rarely worse than a high fever. You won't die, trust me. That's right. Go limp. Not like you can escape anyway. Here goes. I take out a nylon cosmetics pouch from my pocket. Naturally, there's no makeup inside. This just happened to be ideally sized to inconspicuously store a certain pen-shaped syringe. Taking out the item in question, I carefully jab the needle into my furry foe's flank. Good boy, don't worry, it'll be over soon. Relax. What?
ちょっとユージ、あんたね、動物虐待は良くないわよ。
I was completely off guard. To think I'd let you, of all people, take my back. The disgrace is unbearable. Go ahead, kill me.
殺さないけどね。殺しませんけどね。うちの子いじめないでよね。
Apparently agitated by the arrival of its owner, the black cat violently rips open the net and leaps to freedom.
シャーシャー、ほらー、この子こんなに怒ってるじゃない。何したのよ、まったく。
Nothing bad, don't worry about it.
網で捕まえて気にするなって、そんな言い訳が通用すると思ってるの？今度やったらただじゃおかないからね。にゃにゃにゃにゃ。
For some reason, I find myself answering Michiru's questions with the cosmetics bag and syringe held behind my back. Yeah, I get the message. Sorry about that. You made my apologies to your cat as well.
私の猫なんかじゃないけどね。さあ、行くわよ、猫にゃ。にゃー。
Seems I've reinforced the cat's enmity toward me. Haven't done myself any favors with Michiru's book either. In retrospect, I might as well have told her the truth, but the words just didn't come out. Maybe I've been spending too much time around the girl. Her pseudo-tsundere seems like it could be rubbing off on me slightly. Well, that's all well and good, but what do I do about this man? Well, great.
どうも。
Yeah, I'm gonna stop that there. A lot of events with that cat just happened. Fun. Bye!